Before we get started with this week's haul, I just have a few words to say. Unfortunately, we have the loss of a great YouTuber, Benny, comic historian, who has been around for quite a long time. I think it's about a decade. Now, Benny doesn't know me, and technically I don't really know Benny either, but I couldn't tell you how many times I tuned into his channel and found out all kinds of great information, watched all kinds of great video content that he put out. And I can say that the man was a huge inspiration to the comic book community out there, and I'm sure inspired others to create their own YouTube channels as well. So Benny, wherever you may be, sir, I wish you all the best. Your channel will live on, and I wish your family all the best as well. Now on to the haul. Welcome to Spider Slayer's Comic Book Haul, fans. This is episode 642, the video series where each and every week I share with you what I get at my LCS, which is Comic Central, located in the city of Sanford. So if you guys are ever in the Central Florida area, stop by, tell them Mike Spider Slayer sends you, and they'll give you some great customer service, guys. A wonderful shop with wonderful comics. And when you buy those comics, this week you will not get a black mysterious bag. You'll get the white mysterious bag. So yeah, they must be out of them. But anyway, you're probably wondering, why is the haul a little earlier than usual? Well, there was no tennis summer camp today because it's Florida. It rains, so I was able to go to the shop earlier, and I was super excited because they got all the cool variant covers and all that stuff. It might be dangerous for me to go early. So here we go. Let's dive into it. The white mysterious kind of bag. All right, here is the stack. It became not so heavy of a week to a very heavy week. Oh my gosh, there are so many books that I bought, and it's a lot of new number ones too. All right, so let's start off with this stuff. So I wound up getting a couple hologram issues. I wound up getting X Factor issue 92, right? So that's pretty cool, as it has Havoc on there doing his thing. I might have this, I might not, but it continues that storyline. And then I wound up getting the X-Force issue 25 hologram cover. So that one is pretty sweet as well. And then what else did I wind up getting? Let's see, we got the Ultimate X-Men issue 4 variant, the 1 in 10, the first cover appearance here, I think, of Nico, and it's also her first full appearance in this book, I guess. So that's kind of cool. Notice how she has an X right there. So we'll get to see more of her story as well. So really excited about that. And then I got a couple Transformers variant covers because it's not a week that goes by when a Transformer comic comes out and I don't buy just one cover, right? So I wound up getting the 1 in 10 with Shockwave on it. So that's a pretty sick cover. So I paid $5.99 for that one. And there's the 1 in 25, which I thought this one was really good. There was also like a 1 in 50. I did hold back on that one, guys. So yeah, so there was that one. All right, so now everything else, it looks like it's all new comic books. So let's get going with this haul officially. We have Blood Hunt, The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue 2 as it continues the story with Spider-Man teaming up with Misty Knight, the Lizard, and Morbius trying to come up with some kind of cure for these vampires. It seems like everyone and their mom is coming up with a cure to stop the vampires from destroying the Marvel Universe. So yeah, we'll see if this story gets better. I wasn't a huge fan of the first issue. Then we got this one, the Bjorn Berendis variant cover. I thought that one was sick, and I had to add it to the Amazing Spider-Man collection there. So that was cool. All right, and then more Blood Hunt tie-in. We have the Avengers issue 15. As we get to see like Captain America and the other Avengers doing battle against Nazi vampires on a helicarrier. Come on, man. That just screams of fun right there, right? There's some cool Captain America action there. I mean, come on, dude. Look at that. So that's awesome. So looking forward to this issue. Then speaking of Blood Hunt, wound up getting the Blood Hunt Red Band edition. That's issue 3. So we'll see what the difference is going to be this week when it comes to that. I was going to not buy the regular edition, but, you know, I can't, guys. It's just like, I got no willpower when it comes to it, right? So I got the Incredible Hulk. This is issue 13 as this continues the story with Hulk going to Strange and trying to cure his little sidekick Charlie from being like a little glass porcelain doll. The Nick Klein artwork is back and it's better than ever. Gives it that horrific feel of what you can expect from this type of Hulk comic book. Can't wait for this issue. All right, and then we go on to Miles Morales Spider-Man. This is issue 21. This is the book which I think we're going to get to see Miles become the vampire or get bitten, right? So yeah, you get to see him doing battle right here. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, to seeing how that whole thing pans out. Here's another page. I don't want to spoil too much of that. All right, so before we continue, guys, I just got to give a quick shout out there to the webheads.
Our first shout out of the day goes to James, who said, Father's Day gift from my 2 sons. They get me. So he wound up getting Blood Hunt issue 2, the variant edition with Wolverine on it. We can see that price tag on that book. That is some 2 awesome sons right there. So cool. Congratulations to have that book. All right, next we have Thomas, who said, early Father's Day gift from the wife. So he's got a nice wife there that's buying him some Red Sonja comics and a Wolverine issue 1. So again, happy Father's Day to you, Thomas, and thanks for sharing. Then we have David, who wound up getting his most recent Amazing Spider-Man issue 300 from CGC. It's a 9.8 with the custom label. I think originally he paid like $1.50 for this book, or, you know, got other books and he traded it and got it, and whatever happened, somehow he wound up getting this book at a 9.8, and it's signed. I mean, that you can't ask for a better book than that. So good. Thanks, David. Then we have Will, who said, mail call. Love the custom label here. So he's got the first appearance of Hobgoblin. This is so cool, man, as we get to see that label at a 5.0. And it's torn, just like on the comic book cover there. Would really love to have that book in my collection. So congratulations, Will, on scoring that one. And then Paul Harper shows this cool little comic strip here. And it says here, you should be in hell. You didn't bag and board your comics. Are you guys bagging and boarding those comics? You better, because you know where you could end up. So if you guys want to be part of the Facebook group, just go ahead and head over to Facebook. Search for the group called Comic Book Corner 2.0 Webheads Unite. It's absolutely for free. Has over 2,000 members and climbing. And once you answer a few of the questions, and I realize you're not a bot, you will have access to this wonderful community where we can discuss anything and everything about comic books. And you'll never know when you could get shouted out on future New Comic Book Day hauls.
So continuing on with Marvel, we have Blood Hunt. This is issue 3, the regular edition. So we can see some of the artwork inside right from the beginning. So let's see, we got some Scarlet Witch in there. Can we guess to see if there's going to be any horrific like scenes? Yeah, maybe there. Not sure 100%, but we get to see them doing battle against each other. Obviously, Miles is the vampire right there. So looking forward to it. We're going to see what this 3rd issue has to offer. All right. Then we have new number 1 this week, coming off the heels, I'm sure, of X-Men issue 700 or 35. We got Heir of Apocalypse. If you read the last issue of X-Men, you kind of understand what's going on with Apocalypse at this moment. It looks like we got contestants maybe taking his place. What the hell happens to Apocalypse going forward? I have no idea. Artwork looks really good in this comic, though. Might want to give it a chance. We'll definitely talk about it on Worthy Ones. So, yep, Heir to Apocalypse, issue 1. All right, then we got Spider-Boy. This is issue 8, got the Scotty Young cover. Right, those covers look pretty nice this week. This book is, again, a really nice surprise. It's an all-ages Spider-Man comic to read, and just learning about the origin story of the character, where he came from, is awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to this particular story, and this should start a new story arc. Then more Spider stuff. We have Spider-Man Shadow of the Green Goblin. This is issue 3. Really great story of a young Spider-Man here, trying to make the right decisions. Also, a lot of the villains in this book are really brand new, like the Sandman, and we get to see Spider-Man interact with those characters for the first time. And then, of course, he's dealing with the Red Goblin in here, and we get to see Harry, and there's a lot of different moving pieces in this comic, but it's definitely very enjoyable. All right, and then of course more Blood Hunt stuff. This is Strange Academy issue 2. The Darkhold is actually a kid now. I forgot about that, and we get to see our Strange Academy kids being kids, trying to take matters into their own hands, where maybe it should be left to the adults. But it's a fun adventure, and it's cool to see these kids back once again. We'll see the overall progression of this story to see if it has any ramifications going forward. There's Agatha in this book too. So yeah, again, we'll see where it goes. Then, like I said earlier, I had the variant cover of Ultimate X-Men. Here is the main cover, as we again are getting introduced to Nico in this comic, and she knows that the other girls are mutants. So she has some kind of psychic ability, and I think we're going to dive deeper and deeper into these characters, and they're obviously going to come across an enemy in the future. So again, this might not be a book for everybody, but it is something different, and it is a good jumping on point for people as well. This definitely has the manga feel. Here it looks like the villain in the comic as well. And again, if you want to continue reading it, go for it. If not, I totally get it. All right, then with Ultimate X-Men, I wound up getting the variants cover. I thought this one was a really nice cover before I decided to get that 1 in 10. Beautiful artwork there. Then there's another new number 1. We have more Blood Hunt. This is X-Men Jubilee issue 1. So is she vampire again? Like, what's going on in this comic book? It just piques my curiosity here. So here's the interior art. I think people might check this one out, especially being that, you know, X-Men 97 has most recently wrapped up, and if they like the Jubilee character, this could be a fun little adventure with her dealing with these different types of characters. Looks like we get this team called the Forgiven. Who are they? All right, then we move on to DC. We have Batman and Robin. This is issue 10. Still continuing this whole Man-Bat story. I wish we would get over that. And the Sush storyline. I think this book is not bad, but I think it's a little bit drawn out. So we'll see how this book continues. I do like the dynamic between father and son in this story. And I do like Flatline too. Here's some more artwork. So let me know in the comments below, what are you thinking of Batman and Robin at this time? Then we have Green Lantern and Star Sapphire reunited at last. Yes, guys, Green Lantern issue 12. This has been a long time coming since this comic has started. It's a beautiful book written by Jeremy Adams. It looks like we're getting to see the Star Sapphires return. Look at that. That is a gorgeous picture right there. I cannot wait for this story, man. Oh, it's so good. This just brings back like Jeff Johns vibes for me, man. This is so good. Here's some more interior art. And I hope it continues on this path. I really do. Then we get the new Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age. We got this cover here. Francisco Mantina, I think, is the one that did these covers. So really nice. Here is the interior artwork for this comic book. So from what I was told, this is very much not centered around Batman, this first issue. I think it's centered more around Catwoman, as you get to see her here. So, and I heard that the story was pretty good. So there's some more story right there. So we got that one. So with that came a variants cover. I thought this one was absolutely gorgeous. That is great right there with Catwoman. Such a pretty cover. Even love the shadow in the background. Gotta love the claw, the jewels that she's handling there too. Very, very nice. And that's the only DC books that I wound up getting this week. Everything else, this is all indie. So let's talk about these. So then I got Crocodile Black issue 2. This boy's suffering from a mental health issue, and it's very intriguing story to see what's going to go on with this particular kid and the developments of this story. His brother that got murdered. There's just a lot of stuff going on in this comic book, so we'll see what happens here. Then we have Cliff Rathburn's Remote Space. This is issue 1. So this might be an interesting story here of, of whatever. I don't know. Had some alien or creature in it, but I like the artwork. I like the action that's in this book. So I don't know, man. We'll see what this book has to offer. But again, it's new #1 right here from Image. Then we have Plastic Death and Dolls. This is issue 1. This is done by Wagner. So I read the original series of Plastic, and bro, man, this book was out there. And I am curious to see what this second installment of this book has to offer. It's so dark. It's so gruesome. Oh my God, man. But yeah, I don't know. It's like this guy had this possession of this sex doll, and it was just weird, and he carried it wherever he went. It's just, I don't know, man. It's like it reminded him of his wife or something. It's been a while, but I'm looking forward to this first issue. All right, and then we have the Deviant issue 6. This is a little bit of a slow burn book. Also, it took some time off, but I have enjoyed it for the most part. I just want to see how this mystery is solved. Like, who is the person that actually did all these murders back in the day, right? And very interesting book. So we'll see what happens with the Deviant. Then we have Geiger issue 3. For some reason, I thought we were on issue 4 of this. I don't know, man. Maybe I've already read so much Geiger that I've just lost in the numbers, but really good book when it comes to this. I like the character. I like how we see a softer side of him in this series. He's teaming up with this Nuclear Knight guy. He saved a family in the last issue. They're looking for someone in particular that can practically, or could possibly, I should say, cure him. So yeah, I love the artwork in this book by Gary Frank. So really great stuff here, man. All right, and then I wound up getting Ain't No Grave. Somehow I did get the reprint to this. I do have the main cover to this. This is a really good book. I definitely say pick this one up. The second print, like I said, is out today. So if you have not read it, check it out. And then issue 2 came along with it. As we get to see the adventure of this woman who is dying, and she's trying to go, she went on an adventure to try to take on death herself. The artwork is done by Jorge Corona, who is currently doing the Transformers series. So that's what you can expect from the artwork here. So it's very fantasy-like. It's what you can expect from Scotty Young. He does a lot of fantasy books. Speaking of Jorge Corona, we have Transformers issue 9. So again, Jorge Corona does the artwork in here. Here we get to see Shockwave. We get to see a little Soundwave here. And we have gotten to see, the Decepticons being ruled by Soundwave, and it looks like they're recruiting more Decepticons. This is a cool page. I didn't know if you realized that, but we get to see Soundwave holding Shockwave to Optimus Prime. Damn, dude. This book is just so good. Here's a little cliff jumper scene right here. The anguish on his face. What is going on? I love how the Transformers have emotion in this series, and that's what brings this thing to life. Oh my gosh. Such a freaking good book. Then I got the variant cover. Just a normal variant with Shockwave holding some head. Oh, it's Cup's head. So if you guys remember the Autobot Cup, that's who it is. That's pretty dark shit right there, man. All right, and then we got another new number one from Boom. We got Lawful issue 1. This is done by Greg Pak. So yeah, we'll check out this one, see what this one has to offer. Some kind of furry. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Again, these are new number one books that I decide that, hey, why not check it out for worthy ones? I do get people that say, Mike, you don't read a lot of independent comics. I read a lot, guys. I read a lot of indies. All right, and then I have Savage Dragon issue 270. This came out last week. My shop always receives it a week late. I have to be careful, make sure there's no nudity in it when I showcase the artwork done by Eric Larson here. So this is good. This is another 2 pages in a row. That's pretty good in here. The book is fun, man. The guys are in Los Angeles. You got some perverted Mickey Mouse that's in this comic. That's always going after, I think, is Savage Dragon's wife. So, yeah, crazy stuff going on. Then we have Grommets issue 1. You guys definitely recommended to me Grommets, and I was going to get it, but my shop already sold out of it, so I had them order it for me. So we're going to definitely talk about that one on Worthy Ones as well. You guys said it was so good, so I am very much looking forward to this comic book. I love the artwork already, so I'm excited. And then we have Rifters. This is issue 1. I think this is like a time travel comic with detectives going back and forth. Look at the weird artwork in this one. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on in this comic as well. This guy's on a toilet. Like, what's happening, man? What is happening with these comics? And there you have it, guys. There is the huge haul for this current comic book week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you love my content, guys, there's more content right here for you to click on. And of course, guys, remember, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read your comics so we have great comic conversation and have a wonderful new comic book day.